The scripture that the Lord gave me for Independence Day is Galatians 5:1, and it says, "It is for freedom that Christ has set us free." So, America, we need to walk out that freedom. We are called to be salt and light, and we are called to participate in the privilege of making His kingdom come. We have been set free, not so that we can do whatever we want, whenever we want to do it, that we can gratify our flesh. We have been set free so that we can follow Christ. Apart from what Jesus did to make us right, we are some really, really sinful, awful people. You know, it reminds me of what the Lord did when He freed the Hebrews from Egypt. If you remember, Moses' request to Pharaoh was that they be set free so that they could journey into the wilderness and worship the Lord. They were requesting freedom, even though it was just temporary at first. They were requesting freedom from a godless ruler so that they could place themselves under the rule of a good God. So as much as it pains most of us to hear it because we think that we have the right to do whatever we want, you know, we're so consumed with exerting those rights and talking about those rights and protesting about those rights. But the truth is, created beings cannot be totally sovereign or totally autonomous. It's true. We have free will. But that will only gives us the freedom to choose who we will serve. So we can put on the yoke of Christ, whose burden is light and whose yoke is easy, whose plans for us are good and to prosper us, or we can choose the harsh taskmaster of sin and the flesh. So what does that have to do with the 4th of July and Independence Day? Well, in this country, we celebrate our freedom, much like the Israelites who celebrated Passover every year to remember that they were once governed and controlled by evil masters, and God set them free. Our forefathers fled England to pursue religious freedom. Galatians 1 again says that it is for freedom that we have been set free. So just like the Israelites, our forefathers left an oppressive country that was infringing on their God-given rights to be free to worship. As much as those who are trying to rewrite history, this country was founded by those fleeing religious persecution. America was founded by a group of people who desired to worship the same God who delivered the Hebrews, the one true God. Our Constitution from the very beginning was to protect those freedoms that Jesus Christ died to give us. But we have taken this freedom for granted over the generations. We have become just like those stiff-necked Israelites who did evil in the eyes of the Lord and went astray. We have to go back to the instructions found in Scripture, to be diligent, to recall to our children the victories and the goodness that the Lord has done in our lives and in the nation, in the history of this nation. If we choose, for example, to have reproductive freedom in our bodies and snuff out the life that begins at conception, at some point we have to acknowledge what caused that, and we have to acknowledge and accept the consequences of that. There is a natural law that just takes over once a person becomes pregnant, and it results in the life of a person. And our rights end where another person's rights begin. If we decide to live according to the flesh, there is no satisfying it. It will be an endless journey into the depths of depravity. So we have to take back this country. We have to live according to the law of Christ. And we have to remember that Jesus is coming back. There's going to be a test. Let's be found good and faithful stewards of everything that the Lord has trusted us with.